really quick, while I have you. Philo, have you heard about it? Oh, it's the best. They're giving you 25% off 2 months of Hallmark, Lifetime, Up, GAC, the sorts. The movies we're talking about? Philo. 25% off. Philo.tv/DTH. Don't let this pass you by. Philo.tv/DTH. Here's the episode.
This is a Bramble Jam podcast. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that everybody was watching. I'm Bran, and I've just been busy. I've been loving Hallmark Christmas movies.
Hey, I too am surprised by this moment, but it's really great that you guys are here. I'm Panda, and I've just been sitting around watching and liking Hallmark Christmas movies.
Shocked and perplexed at the moment that we're in right now, a moment like this one. I'm Dan. I too have been sitting around all day watching Hallmark Christmas movies, and I despise them. You know what this is, though?
The
Hallmark podcast.
Sometimes things just get stuck, you know?
All right. Yeah.
Hey,
there we are.
Guys, oh my gosh, what a joy it is to be here today. Wednesday, the third straight double feature. We're covering Reba's movie today for Deck the Lifetime in Court.
Mm-hmm.
So really excited about that, and really excited to be back here with my boys.
That's right. Happy to be here.
Guys, how would you rank today on a scale of 1 to
North Pole?
North Pole.
Yeah. At this point in the day, like I'm probably around a 6.5.
I'm gonna go 7.
I'm North Pole.
Wow.
Still North Pole.
Guys, I'm just excited. Like, listen,
man,
this is to me what the streaming service is to the video stores. Like, I love this day.
So good.
I love
I'm
this
happy
day.
for you.
I love this day. And I love my
actually
friends.
always start off loving this day, and about this time, we've been at it for 13 hours at this point. So we're doing it, and we're doing it right now.
I love it. I'm just excited to be here. You know what else I love is I'll Be Home for Christmas Movies, our book.
So good.
For real, I really do think that this book would be an excellent Christmas present for at least one person in your life. Whether it's somebody who loves the movies, doesn't like the movies, I don't know. The book just works. It works either way.
Yep.
And so go grab yourself a copy from wherever you buy
Maybe
books.
2 or 3 of them.
By all means.
That's exactly right. And tonight here in that Greenville, we're going to be at M. Judson downtown by the big old Christmas tree. Big old Dodge and
big flag on the motorbike.
Exactly right. And we're going to be doing a little reading, some cocktails and conversations. We'll be doing all of those things, and you get a book signed, a cocktail, and some good fun. That's tonight over at M. Judson.
I love good fun.
That's exactly
love.
You sure do. And just hope to see everybody there that can be there. Guys, so far this week, do you feel like we've been good, better, or best?
Maybe best.
Our guest episodes have been great this week.
Yes, they have. They've been
best.
great.
Our non-guest episodes, good. So I think we averaged out to better.
Well, we do have a guest today.
We do.
Rick Dilby will be joining us.
Oh, he's back in the saddle, baby.
Now,
¿Cómo están, ninjas?
Now, Rick, you
Been working on my Espanol.
you said
Un guapo Matilda.
you said that if
That's a good-looking Matilda. That's what that means.
Matilda.
No, the movie has nothing to do with it. It's just a Matilda is it's a car dealer.
I'm already second guessing this. Rick, you said that you
We're going to stop you right there.
you
Rick,
said that you had to do Castle Rock.
This
Castle,
is
whatever.
Castle Hart. So
Castle
read a book
Hart.
one time.
Yeah,
if you
why
could.
was this movie so important to you?
I'm a big fan of Ireland. I've been to a lot of Irish pubs, and from what I understand, it's very similar to being in the actual country.
I don't know if we can.
It's 6 of one, half dozen.
Okay, fine.
So I mean,
Do you like the
you know
dancing?
what? And also, Lacey's planning a party, so try and stop me. You know what I mean?
I don't. but I'm also afraid to ask for more context.
You don't need any more context. I think you got it all.
Well,
I was down at Fitzy's last week, and Fitzy was there himself.
Really?
Yeah, he was pouring a flaming flock of seagulls, and that's a drink that if you've not had, you're gonna want one.
A flaming flock of seagulls.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it is. And he was pouring them left and right, and he was telling me stories of being at a castle in Ireland. They are crazy.
Yeah.
The parties there are outrageous.
Yeah.
They got everything.
Yeah, I can see that. So you're excited.
I'm so excited.
Well, how about I do this, buddy? How about I do a synopsis?
Okay.
I'll give Brig a break.
That'd be fantastic.
Brig,
I'm sure.
go do a smoke break or whatever you got to do, buddy. And then we'll break this movie down. Is that good,
love it.
everybody? Christmas at Castle Hart originally aired on November 27th, 2021.
Like the Hallmark
and it
of
went
Ramble
a
Jam
little
podcast,
something
It's presented
like
by Philo TV. It's produced by Brandon Gray and recorded live in that green.
wrong button. Went a little something like this. Brooke works events and stuff, and I would just. She's not very good at her job. I don't think. Her boss is Paige. She's a big party planning gal, and gets mad at her for her shoe breaking. And then Brooke's sister, Margot.
Definitely not Margot.
It's Margot.
It's Margot.
I think it's Margot.
It's not Margot.
It's not.
So Brooke's sister Margot shows up, and she doesn't really help the situation. They start bad talking the boss behind her back. Boston hears, and they end up getting fired. So they do what every jobless person in New York City down on their luck does. They go to Ireland for Christmas to try to find out more about their family. So they go to a bar, and they're trying to find out some things about their family, and basically they don't really know anything about their extended family. And they meet a guy named Aiden Hart. He's the Earl of of something. It's hard to say. But he's at the pub, as you do when you're an Earl. And it's like, hey, you guys look fun. You guys want to come take a private tour of my castle? Man, this guy sounds sketchy right off the bat, huh? But they go for it. They go to the castle, and they overhear this conversation with Aiden's assistant, basically saying that the event planner quit. And so Margot has this great idea.
It's just not Margot.
Says, hey, what if Brooke call her Paige? She can be a big event planner and do this whole thing, and it'll be great. And you can say that I'm Paige, and that you plan parties all across the big city, and you have a great reputation, blah, blah, blah. And so Brooke pulls her aside and is like, this is sketchy at best, but Margot's like, no big deal. Let's just do this thing because Castle. And Brooke's like, you know what? You had me at Castle. They start jumping on the bed. They're so excited. And Aiden is basically tasked with driving Brooke around the town to get anything that she needs. And so they're doing all that stuff, and they're at a Christmas tree lighting, and there's a tiny little snowball fight, and then the Christmas tree lighting, and it's all great. So Brooke is then riding horses with Aiden, all the important stuff that you need to plan parties. They do.
Thank goodness.
Such as drinking, Margot drinks some Irish eggnog and talks about her family and how they want to figure out who their family is over here, blah, blah, blah. So Aiden and Brooke pick out a Christmas tree for the castle. They go to a pub again, and they see some Irish dancing. I don't know if you guys know about river dance.
Really? Is it like an
love a
Irish
good
They
river
do
dance.
some dancing.
No.
Get out
I think
here.
that's the end of that. I don't think we're going to see it.
No, not in this movie.
So apparently there's a caterer in town that overhears that Paige is here, and she then quits, and Brooke then is venting to Margot about how she just wants to tell everybody the truth, and she wants to tell Aiden because at this point they've done a lot of activities together, and I think everyone knows the 3-activity rule. You do 3 activities before you have to finally come clean about your identity. It's
a classic
And
3-activity rule.
they've gone far past 3. And so she wants to tell, but she's just having a hard time. Especially because Aiden just thinks Brooke is just the absolute best. And they're flirting and they're baking and all of this stuff. And he's like, man, I'd really love for you to stay in Ireland and so I can get to know you more and stuff like that. And she says, I bet you do want to get to know me more because you don't really know who I am. That's what she's saying kind of like in her mind. She ends up crying because he's just being so nice to her and like can't tell, he just can't tell the truth. Apparently there's a reporter of sorts that wants to cover a story and calls Paige about this, the real Paige back in the city. And Paige is like, I don't know what's going on here. But I think she needs to figure out, get to the bottom of this, because that's the type of person that she is. It's the night of the big Christmas party that Brooke has definitely spent time planning. And it's a big success. Everyone's loving it. There's I don't know if you guys know this river dance.
Oh my goodness! In Ireland,
in Ireland,
like an Irish jig kind of thing.
They do that again.
No.
They bring in some of the little pub people to bring the food.
Whoa!
Because pubs are a big deal.
Irish pubs are huge.
I told you they were big.
You're back.
Those Irish pub parties, they got everything at the castle.
That's exactly right. So the party's going great, and all of a sudden Paige shows up. And you know what? That's when stuff really hits the fan. Aiden's upset. But the Duchess kind of just tells her to shove off. I like these two girls, despite the fact that they're liars.
Yeah.
But they're really good at their job. Brooke then finds Aiden at the church and is like, I'm so sorry. Like, who you know, like I never it wasn't me. I just had a different name. And that's good enough. So they kiss big ones. And he tells her that he's waited his whole life to meet someone like her. So it's real sweet. They then take Margaret and Brooke to go to the uncle's home that the Duchess was able to track down. And luckily, they seem like a semi-normal family. So good for them, a good family reunion. And that, my friends, was Christmas at Castle Hart. That's exactly right.
Didn't think it was ending that quick.
I'm so sorry.
Spilled water everywhere. All right,
okay.
I'll make it.
I appreciate your commitment to the bit, though.
We did it. Yeah, we did.
You gotta
it.
say the title.
I'm not phoning it in. I'm here for
You
it.
would
man.
never
No, you're
phone
not.
it in.
Never.
No.
Hour 13 might as well be hour 1.
That's right.
5th episode might as well be the first one.
You got it.
Sure.
Let's take a quick break and we'll come back and we'll break this episode down. Rick, you're down?
Oh, I'm down.
All right. And then
Down the clown.
I'll tell you this much, guys. I'm thankful for tea drops today.
Yeah.
I've been drinking tea drops all day long.
That's right.
To help make sure that my throat.
No mess, no tea bags, no stress.
That's
no nothing.
exactly right. That's exactly right. I
Yeah.
get these. It comes in these cute little packages, and you open up the package. You put this little shape of tea in the mug, and then you pour hot water over it. You do a little stir, and you're drinking. You get your tea ready to go
unbelievable.
in no time. I don't want the tea back. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how long to steep for. Steep no more and sleep better because you're not steeping. No stressing, no steeping, good sleeping, no messing. I'm still working on that whole idea.
We'll get it.
But what I'm not working on is whether or not tea drops is great, because they are great. They're made right here in the USA. They are also fair trade. There's so many wonderful varieties. I tried. I had some sweet peppermint today. I had some citrus ginger today. It's been a wonderful day of drinking my tea while watching Hallmark movies. It's the dream. And you can go to myteadrop.com and use the promo code DECKTHET, all one word, to get 20% off your first order of tea drops. All you got to do is go to myteadrop.com. That is myteadrop.com, and use the promo code DECKTHET, all one word, to get 20% off today. And you know what else has saved our lives today?
Philo all
gosh.
day long.
Phenomenal. They've had all the movies
Unbelievable.
in our DVR. And the good news is, Dan, you can go back in 11 months from now and watch Castle Hart again on the DVR. It's never going to go away. Unlimited for a year. It's amazing. All you got to do is go to philo.tv/DTH to get 25% off. That's philo.tv/DTH today. We're back, everybody. We're talking in A Christmas at Castle Hart, the Lacey Chabert movie. You guys remember last year, Dancing Times. What was the name of that movie?
Oh,
Christmas Waltz.
Yep.
Christmas Waltz.
Yeah, Will Kemp.
Will Kemp. Rating juggernaut.
That's right, number one.
Number one for the year.
Beat out Candace in that Wizard of Oz.
So here we are now, once again, Thanksgiving weekend, where we find ourselves for the 4th year in a row with Lacey Chabert. This time in Ireland with a castle. And I think it's time for the hot take. It's where we share exactly how we felt of this movie. Panda, what'd you think, pal?
Yeah, on the surface of it, I wasn't real excited about this movie, even though I like things involving castles.
You're a castle boy.
I'm a castle boy.
Yeah.
But this seemed royal adjacent to me. This was somebody who owned kind of like a manor. It didn't feel particularly royal. And so going into this movie, I can't say I was necessarily thrilled. A lot of Lacey's on-location movies are simply fine for me. Like they're never the worst movie of the year, but they're never one of the best. Right. And unfortunately, that's kind of where I'm at again with this movie. I think I like the castle element to it. I think that it doesn't qualify to me as a royal movie because I like when the person has power, authority, wealth, and they use it extravagantly within the movie. In this case, there's not really that element, although you have an over-the-top Christmas party, which I enjoyed. I love Ireland, and I love the scenery within Ireland, and I enjoyed that. But overall, I feel like there's, again, kind of a missed opportunity even there to explore, I think, more of the location. I felt like the one she did when she was in Paris.
No, you mean Bruges, Love, Romance, and Chocolate.
Yeah, Love, Romance, and Chocolate. They do a good job of setting her on location in that movie more than this one. But overall, this movie's okay. It's not in my top 10. It is actually kind of probably in the lower half. I expect it's going to even out and just be solidly in the middle. But yeah, it's just okay to me. Again, it's a party planning movie, and so there's only so much you can do with that. I found the entire her trying to not talk with the reporter and her trying to hide her identity more cloying and irritating than anything else. I could have done without all of that, but the romance part was fine in this movie, so it's just an okay for me.
Rick?
Oh, you want me to do the whole thing? Is what?
Yeah,
you're
you're reviewing the movie with us.
Yeah, from what I could gather in this film,
you didn't watch the movie?
I was in and out.
Okay.
In and out. We had it on the 3D screen, so we have Fitzy can turn any movie into a 3D.
Wow.
Flick. And
I've seen his 3D movies.
yeah.
He cannot.
He can't. He's got people behind the screen pushing the screen out at you. It's wild. It's like it's coming right at you.
Yeah, it has
3D.
literally hit people before.
That's right. Yeah.
It's great.
He does. He throws things sometimes. He says 4D.
Yeah.
If it hits you, it's 4D. You get an extra D. If it hits you.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah.
Extra D.
I was distracted during the film. I lost some things. I was trying to gather them up during watching the film. So I don't know how much of a hot take you're really going to get from me. So, it is what it is. Lacey's a thumbs up, though. The tie looked good on it.
The what?
Tie.
Tie.
She wore
yes.
necktie.
So you saw the first minute.
I did. I was in for that. The 3D wasn't great.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
Guys, I've made my feelings on party planning movies abundantly clear. I don't want another one. I don't want another party planning movie. And I'll be honest, I don't care if that takes place here in America or in Ireland. I don't want it. Let GAC have all of those. I don't want them anymore. So that's a huge strike for me. And it also, this movie just kind of snoozed again for me. It's just a snooze. I feel like I've snoozed with all the party planning movies that we've had. It's just not my jam. It's been my least favorite of the week so far. Nothing against Lacey. She is delightful. I do like Lacey. I just really hate party planning movies. And so just didn't do it for me. Unfortunately, it is going to be on the lower end of my ratings for the year. But keep sending Lacey places because, I like to see them, and I think she obviously likes going. So good for that. I will say I thought that her relationship with her sister was really fun, like in this movie. I think that they were the the best dynamic on the screen was the two of them when they were together. I thought they were fun. But aside from that, the two of them didn't really work well together for me personally, and the party planning stuff is just it's hogwash at this point. Dan?
Gosh, I hated this movie. I mean, I hated it. It not only is it the classic party planning trope that we all just despise, it felt like just a who's who of Ireland tropes to me. It was like, we've got the bit where everyone in the bar is named O'Brien. We've got the bit where we only have whiskey or beer. We've got the bit where there's an Irish river dance we've got to see. Like, it even seemed like a checklist of just kind of petty Ireland stuff. Like, it, by comparison, As Luck Would Have It from earlier this year,
a better movie?
Is phenomenal. And even, and this may not sit well with some people, Forever in My Heart from a couple years ago with, I believe, Merritt Patterson, way better than this movie, in my opinion. I just couldn't stand the side of it. And in all honesty, I thought it was because it was the fifth movie we watched. I honestly thought this is the fifth movie we watched. But then I found myself more invested in the Brendan Penny movie that was sixth somehow instead of this Lacey Chabert Ireland movie. It was a mess of a movie. You couldn't tell if it wanted to be serious or funny. You couldn't tell any kind of direction it was going. I really didn't like it. Qualitatively, Making Spirits Bright is a mess, but it was a laugh a minute. This movie qualitatively, beautiful shots of Ireland. The snow's kind of added in, which is not great. This movie just grated on my every living nerve, and I just hated it. Like, if I've got to watch one again, give me that Making Spirits Bright movie.
Absolutely.
This movie was garbage. It's everything I don't like about Hallmark in one movie. And I'm not an anti-Lacey guy, but the movie was just terrible. It was bad.
And it's the worst type of these ones because I don't even have a lot of wait whats because it just bored me.
It was
it's out of the wait whats.
Yeah.
Like Making Spirits Bright is so bad but so fun.
In the first scene, when you realize that those two leads are supposed to be sisters, you're like, okay, well then there's no real wait what in this movie. If we're going to buy those two as biological sisters, buckle up for the rest of this movie, and then it just kind of bores you to tears.
And the other problem is the mystery that they're trying to set up about her DNA and her genealogy. Like, no one cares.
Good
Like, you've
gosh.
established it, and so
She doesn't care.
She doesn't care. She does everything except the very thing that she's trying to do, and then when you are finally introduced to the family, you see, that one made a better movie. You introduce us to their family earlier in the entire thing. That maybe he presents sage wisdom. They get to really know their uncle more. Instead, we get none of that. And so as a result of it, it's just meh.
Yeah. She's also a liar.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Let's talk about the feels, all the feels, where we talk about the things that gave us feels. Panda, any feels?
Yeah, sure. The when they decorate the royal ballroom or whatever that place is for Christmas, that was neat. And I listen, I love a good Irish jig. I love it. I love a good Irish jig. The Irish music is a blast for me to listen to.
Yeah, I love Irish.
And I have, there was a time where before me and Haley got married, we were engaged. We were talking about doing work over in Ireland for a long time. That was on the table.
Really?
Yeah, and we were looking pretty extensively. We were talking with an organization over there. No, never been.
Oh, okay.
But we were looking at that for a while. So
it's on the list.
yeah, we loved it, man. So
Rig, what are your feels, bud?
Oh, man. I got hit with a boot, so it was a 4D experience for me.
Sure.
Which is, if you get hit, if it goes from 3D to 4D, you get a free drink at the bar. So I was good because I was down on my luck that evening, so it worked out well.
Awesome, buddy. Yeah. I do love old churches. Dan?
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but them adding snow in this movie ruined any scenery feels that I would have had. So I searched my heart and found absolutely nothing.
Not only did they CGI frost everywhere, which was interesting.
Real bad.
They also CGI a bunch of mini Christmas trees around the castle. When they do aerial shots, there's frost and these weird CGI Christmas trees around the castle, which was just an interesting move.
they add some CGI Christmas lights when they visit the guy who plays piano around his, and they look awful. It's real bad.
It's a bad movie. It's a real bad movie.
Let's take a quick break. The horses were frosted. Yeah.
Yes, they
I
were.
think they were.
Yep.
Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back with the Wait What's here on Hallmark. We're back, everybody. We're talking about the castles and the movies about them. And I'm here with my good friend Panda, who's going to kick off the Wait What part of the show. We talk about exactly what in this movie made us go, wait, what? Panda?
For two ladies who are down on their luck, as it would seem, being fired, they are living the high life in.
That's right.
Is it New York where they're living?
Yeah,
I'm
they're
assuming?
in the big city in a massive apartment
overlooking the city.
and bought next day tickets to Ireland.
Unbelievable. I've never
That
seen.
was my wait, what was they're rich.
That has to be it.
Wealthy.
Right?
Because
Independently wealthy.
that loft thing that they had going on in the city was beautiful. They have 2 Christmas trees for reasons unknown. They go to Ireland on a whim.
On a whim.
They are rich.
Yes.
Yes.
They're rich.
Super wealthy.
And
Why
they
are
try-
they working for this woman?
And they try to play it off as, oh, look at them riding bikes in Ireland. They don't have money. I think I would ride a bike around Ireland. Like, it just seems so pretty. Like, why wouldn't you, you know?
Unbelievable.
With all that fake snow, you could slip pretty easily, though.
Oh, you sure could.
Yeah.
The only other thing I have is the Duchess makes clear that there's 12 days to plan the largest social event in the world, and these 2 girls
They don't know anything. They don't know anyone.
They don't know anything. They don't know anyone, and they are in no hurry to plan the party. They're lying.
do literally anything else.
They do literally anything else, and so as a result of that, it just took me out of the movie. It really did.
Apparently, their dad gave them money for a rainy day for a trip. So that's what they did.
There you
with
go.
the trip.
Rainy day.
Well,
fund.
how do we explain? Apparently, the rainy days for them.
Rainy
covers
day is
years
their
of their
apartment.
apartment
Every day.
rent.
Every
Good
day is-
heavens.
Every
It's a
day there's a it's
monsoon month.
it's raining. It rains somewhere every day.
You know,
if
you're
think
come
about
on.
it.
You guys, your fathers did not give you $1 million rainy day fund. That's wild.
No,
That's
unfortunately not.
yours did.
Yeah,
though,
yeah,
right?
yeah. He's
yours
a Southern Baptist pastor. He
Yeah.
just quick,
Oh, yeah.
it was
Just
a quick
tons of
mill.
money. Yeah, absolutely.
Quick mill in the rainy day fund.
Oh my gosh.
You
yeah.
guys didn't. I can't believe.
No, I got
That's
the.
what-
I drove
Yeah.
a 2002 Saturn fund.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
great.
Rick,
Oh yeah, did you guys see when they did the dance, the big dance?
Yeah.
Did you see that one lady? Did you see what she held up?
no.
My pants. I didn't see that. Are you kidding me? This movie sucked.
Oh man, that's good. So yeah, one, they don't plan the party, which is just wild. At some point, my guy, the Earl, at some point had to ask himself, when is she planning the party? Because
Yes.
she's always with me, just like on horses and stuff. When's she gonna play that party? I don't know. I couldn't believe that. One, that Paige came across the world to this party.
That's right.
But 2, how disappointed she must have felt after being told that they don't care, that they're liars. What a waste of a trip.
Let's go ahead and unpack that right now. Lacey and her sister are the villains of this movie.
Yes.
They are lying lie faces who are just lying for their own personal gain. There is a woman who has made a name for herself by all intents and purposes through hard work.
Yep.
Her whole life has made a name for herself. They are using her name.
Yep.
When she finds out, she takes it seriously enough to fly across the country when a simple phone call may have done just fine. That's not important. And then gets reprimanded by the people there for trying to stand up for her name, for just
And
her
her
name's
business, yep.
sake. And they are like, no, these 2 white girls are actually.
Unbelievable.
It's an important note. They
are
didn't
you
just take her
kidding me?
identity. These 2 white women
I just can't
took
believe
the
it.
identity of a person of color woman who has had to work double the hard to get to where she is, triple. And they just said,
And
where's
then
her?
we're her, and then they get off the hook.
Yes.
Which is probably
Unbelievable.
the most realistic part of this movie.
This is, yes, that's exactly right. That somehow Paige gets blamed.
That's right.
Somehow it's Paige's fault.
This woman is mean, and she's a villain because she just wants the credit that she's worked so hard for, and for someone else to not steal her identity
and
Are
everything
you
she's
kidding
worked
me
hard
right
for.
now.
Yeah,
It's bad.
But there was no need to travel to Ireland.
You could have just
you
made
could
a
have just
quick
call.
call would have probably
do a
done.
quick zoom video
quick
situation.
But this is a lawsuit situation, is it not?
It's gotta be. Yes.
Right? You can't just go.
Yeah,
And then that
pay it.
woman's like, you will never work in Ireland again. All right. There's plenty of other countries out there. Duchess is
just-
royal cat.
Brooke says that this is illegal, and Margaret says no, it's not. And then she says, "Well, it's at least unethical."
And then we
It
applaud
is
it.
100% illegal.
I think it's illegal, right? That's identity theft, is it not?
Yeah, you're impersonating somebody else, but in terms of a business, like in terms of you appropriating their business, it's got to be.
It's identity theft,
it's
regardless.
It's unethical, and we applaud them for it. That's what this movie.
It's
boils
identity.
down to.
It's business theft too.
Yes.
It is.
Like, it would be like me-
It is wrong. Eight ways to sundown. I don't know what else you want. Like Lacey Sabera and her sister should be in jail, or at least should be written up in an expose of how they literally took someone else's name and used it to make their own fortune.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how.
It's
like
bad.
It's terrible. And at least they could have done it in an entertaining movie. And they didn't
but
do that.
it's boring. On top of it, you commit the cardinal sin of being stupid and boring.
I mean, just bad.
Sorry,
I can't
it's
remember.
late, and I can't believe I
But
said
like-
that. I'm really
but-
sorry. That was
but
mean.
I just you were like, it's going to shake out to the middle. I mean, I think you're coming around now, but I don't. Do we have another movie? We have plenty of like mistaken identity or lying about your identity movies, but of one of this magnitude. Like, can you imagine if somebody came across the pond and was like, "Yeah, I'm Martha Stewart,"
Right.
and then at the end of the movie, them going, "Martha, you back off. These ladies are great." That's terrible. That's awful. Well, what are we doing right now? Real bad.
But I don't know what the solution is. Like at the end, like what's the Duchess supposed to do?
The problem is it's bad writing.
There's a solution where you still like these two girls, but also don't send Paige a packet and threaten to kick or ban her from the country.
Instead of lying about being Paige, lie about, something else that's a little bit less, insinuates that someone else's hard work for their entire life isn't important. Maybe do that. I don't know. Like, give them a website or make a we made a website in an airport so people thought we were legit before we went on national television.
right.
You could go and be like, "Oh yeah, my assistant will call you with that info." You could just go make a website real quick and put up some fake reviews. You lied. Yes. Did you steal somebody's identity? Did you take credit for
if
work
there's
and livelihood? No.
If there's one thing we know is that it is very easy to fool people to think that you're better than you are.
It's true. We've got
Dan,
some
what you got,
experience
buddy?
with it. Yeah, them being the villains is the big one. Lacey goes to an Irish pub, has a pint of ale or lager or whatever, looks over, one girl is river dancing, and she says, "This is unlike anything I've ever seen." Okay. Guess you haven't been anywhere ever. I want to be cleared. They unsealed their father's adoption records, and in those adoption records, they only got a last name. What?
Yeah, that's weird.
They unsealed the adoption record, the official paperwork that you have to be over 18 to unseal only with blah, blah, blah. There's all these legal things. I know all about it. And there's no first name in there? What do we do? That's not a thing. Those are not illegal documents, ladies.
I think Margaret just missed something somewhere. That's such a Margaret
All we
thing.
got
That's
is
such a
O'Brien.
Margaret move.
All we got is O'Brien. It's like coming to America with Smith.
Yeah.
All we got is Smith. What are we doing? That's terrible. At one point, the prince in this movie, who's real DOA, he says this line, "Let's, as they say in America, do this." We only say that here. Nobody else says, "Let's do this."
And like they try to play it off like the next scene with Lacey being like, let's do it, like what we say in America. But like,
it's terrible.
it was a weird bit.
Real bad. Yeah. Tough to really get excited about this one. That's all I got.
It's time for What the Hallmark Spurs Show. We wonder what could have been. Maybe haven't quite. Panda?
Yeah, I know that they've been having trouble making money for the inn. And I don't know, or the whole thing was in kind of, it sounded like financial issues. There were financial issues
castle?
abounding. Yeah, the castle. I would like to know, were they able to solve that with this party? Is that something that, did they mend and build bridges to the town? I don't feel like we ever got resolution fully about that, like, because he ended up burning bridges with the town initially, the Earl, and then also I don't know if they ever addressed the financial situation. They may have, and then I was just bored into a stupor, so I didn't hear it. That's my what the Hallmark though.
Yeah, I don't really know, because the Duchess says that money's not an issue. I don't know where the money problem is, but somebody somewhere has money problem.
Right.
Somebody
somewhere does. So
Correct.
it's definitely not the two leads of this movie. I want to know what happens to Paige. Does Paige, like, I came all the way here. I might as well enjoy Ireland. What does she do? Does she just fly back?
Yeah, I want to know what happens to Paige, like if she still pursues any sort of
legal action.
Exactly. That's what I want to know. Did she go home and just go, well, these two white women stole my identity, I guess that's that? Or does she like get a lawyer and like make sure they don't, that's my entire question is what were the next steps for Paige?
How many parties has she planned in Ireland for that to be a thing that could be hung over her head?
I don't know.
You'll never work in Ireland
with a caterer for sure.
Yeah. I want to know, like, how many times has she done it? Because that clearly scared her enough to just walk off.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand. But that's my entire what the Hallmark is. Hey, like, what did she do after this? Did she just let it be and go about her day?
Let it be, baby. Let it be. We did it, everybody. Hey, Congratulations. Hey. Rick, Rick, did you have any what the Hallmarks?
Oh, the peanut butter filled pretzels. Do you know those?
Yeah.
What happened?
What do you mean, what happened?
Well, they were at Fitzy's, and then at the end of the movie, they were gone.
They probably ate them during the movie.
I don't think so. I think there's something shady doing, too.
On who? On
Maryland.
Why do you got to bring Maryland into this?
She's a sneaky pretzel stealer.
No, she's not.
She is.
I know Maryland quite well.
You don't know Maryland like I know Maryland.
What does that mean?
Peanut butter pretzels.
Yeah, I'm.
What do you think she's doing with them?
I think she's feeding the squirrels.
Okay, is that so bad?
No, yeah, it's bad. They'll come around. They'll come a knocking. You feel the squirrel rocket.
That's how I feel about you. I feel like we fed you one time.
Contract ironclad.
I understand.
Read a book.
Thank you. We did, everybody. We're going to be back later today with the Reba movie from Lifetime. And then we'll be back tomorrow, the final double header of the day, of the month, of the week.
You got it.
And it is...
time for them
Christmas. And Lake Tahoe, the Tahoe movie. Until then, may we be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast. It's presented by Philo TV. It's produced by Brandon Gray and recorded live in, Greenville, South Carolina. Set decor is by Plum at Haywood Mall. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on Bramble Jam Podcast Network, you can go to bramblejampodcast.com.